Last year I posted my garden and I showed parts of it that was burnt out, and I explained that my neighbor complimented us on it, and by the next morning the whole lawn was ruined, like someone threw chemicals on it and ruined the lawn. Now that same neighbor has caused my partner, who is now on that ladder, to be repairing his roof. The gentleman, and somewhere in this video you're going to see that part that he removed. He physically went on our property and removed a part. I think it's called downspour or trough or something, but it's a part that brings the water from the roof away from the building. The old man removed it and threw it in his backyard. And as if that is not bad enough, he called the city and reported that we're not maintaining our property using the same thing that he removed. Now, we didn't know that it was removed until recently. My husband noticed it, and when he was looking, he saw it in the man's backyard and called him, demanded him to bring it back. That's something we could have called the police for, but because it's a senior citizen, my husband just said, just let me take it from him and just, maintain the peace. The man removed it, threw it in his backyard, and called the city, and the city is giving us a certain time to fix it. Otherwise, we're going to have to be going to court and all of that. How evil is that? What is wrong with people? Why are some people so possessed? Now, the scary part about it is, this gentleman always talked to my partner at the fence. Seems so nice, seems so cordial. Listen, in Jamaica, they say it's not every king teeth is laugh. And that means not every smile is genuine. Because this person seems like a very nice person, but the underhanded things that he does, it's scary. I'd rather much deal with a person who straight up say, I don't like you. I don't deal with people who look like you, than people who pretend to be nice and then do these sneaky, conniving things. For our people back home who always sometimes is so envious of our lifestyle in the foreign, as they call it, they don't understand how hard we have. We're pushing ourselves to make something of our lives. But the kind of things that we have to deal with on a daily basis, the kind of disrespect and discrimination that we deal with in this space. And when we talk about it, people get offended, people get into themselves. But what can you say? When you're trying to be a decent human being and someone would do something like that. Not only did you deface our property, you threw it in your backyard. And then on top of it, you call the city like a sneaky little devil and report that there's these screws loose because he was pulling that thing so hard. Some of the screws at the top come loose and was barely, showing, but everything has to be precise. Everything has to be proper in this country. Can you imagine you have your property and screws are loose and you could get charged for that? And you'll see at the end of this video, before my husband could come down off the roof, watch and see what happens. That same man, first of all, comes to offer his service of climbing up there to do what my husband is doing now. And when we look at him like, this person cannot be real, and say, no, thank you, he then says, oh, let me hold the ladder for you. I mean, how scary is that? How scary is that? Watch what he's going to do. There he is. I hid in the side of my house and watch him spraying water onto our roof as soon as my husband was done repairing it. So this is the part that this man ripped off. He literally took it off from here. And this is the part that he threw in his backyard. Okay. And after he did that, so he was holding on to this and shaking it so hard that some of the loose from the very top, sorry, the nails came loose. So it's fixed now. So right after we did that, he was out pouring water onto our roof. You have to have the love of God in you to be able to live with human beings, to live with people. People's heart is just, you know, dirty. And a lot of these individuals like to play nice, but they're not. I'm maintaining my composure because I know only a strong person knows how to guard themselves. Because you kind of figure out what's happening, and you're just not going to allow someone to take your power. You're not going to allow someone to draw you out to the point where you have your own right and you lose it. This man is just very bold. And at the same time, he's trying to be friends. Can you imagine with friends like that, you don't need an enemy?